All right, it's not every day that I get this excited, but I am so excited. So, okay, so the lead in. So, in the Half Size Me community, I shared my April 2022 results that I had lost weight from the No Scale Challenge, and I'm now in what would be the mid range of my weight maintenance window, which is 150 to 160. Okay. And one of our beautiful community members said, "Are you now going to try to stay at the mid-level of your weight maintenance range?" Which is a totally logical question. I totally get where she's coming from, because that would have been one of my questions at the beginning of my journey. So I just want to share this for those of you that are new, and this is super important because what I'm about to hit you with is a lot of data and some really good information that is going to put your mind at ease when it comes to maintaining your weight. I am now in my 11th year of maintaining. Come January 2023, it'll be 11 years. The reason this is important is I don't see often people sharing 10 years of data collection on what weight maintenance actually looks like. So we're all kind of guessing, right? We don't really know what to expect because there is no data. Like, what does that really look like? What does 10 years of maintenance look like as far as the scale is concerned? Because that's where everybody freaks out, right? It's about the scale. So what I did after this beautiful question, I thought, let's do a two-part video. One, let me hit you with some facts and we'll kind of take the facts and look them over. And then let me hit you with a second video on the mindset behind that question. Should I try to stay at the mid-level of my weight maintenance range? Okay. So the very first thing I did is I went through Happy Scale. In Happy Scale, I started to use it right at the end of 2015. So I actually have 6.3 years of data in there. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 6.3 years of research. So what I did is I made up a really nice little Excel spreadsheet, as I do, and I broke my weight down into 3 categories: the low end, the mid range, the high range. And just for our purposes, we'll go ahead and pull those apart. Low is 150 to 153, middle is 154 to 156, and high is 157 to 160. So you got your 3 different classifications. I also made a column for any time I was over the 160 mark or under. Now, in the 6.3 year time frame, and the reason I'm separating this out is because this I actually have all the data written down somewhere I could go through it. The first roughly 4 years, it was on various sheets of paper. It was in Weight Watchers logbooks, things like that. So I actually don't have my hands on that, but I'm going to share with you how I incorporated what I believe to be a fairly close assessment in my second set of data. So we have 2 sets of data. The 6.3 years I have, and then I'm going to talk to you about the 10.3 years based on what I believe those numbers to be. So what I did is I went ahead now, just to clarify this, we're looking at 76 months. Okay, so 6.3 years is 76 months. I was in my high range 47 months. I was in the low range 10 months, and I was in the middle range 5 months. Percentage wise for the 6.3 years, that's 62% for high, 13% for medium, and 13% for low, and then 7% for medium. Okay. Now, out of that time period, the 6.3 years, I had a rough year in 2019. I was out of my range for about 18 months, most of which was 2019. That was 18%. Okay. So when I look at this statistically, right, for the 6.3 years, we can easily see that I spent the majority of the time in the high end of my range, which would be 157 to 160. Okay. So it wouldn't even make sense to say my mid-range is where I should stay based on the data that I've collected from those 6.3 years. Now, what I did is I did my very best to reflect back on the first 4 years. Almost the entire first 2 years, I was still checking in at Weight Watchers. I never had to pay, I know that. So that means I stayed in my 2-pound window, which means I was at my low end. So ipso facto, I can say 24 months was at the low end because I know I didn't pay. The 2 years that when I left Weight Watchers and going into when I started using Happy Scale, I know that I was still very nervous and fearful about weight regain. And when I started using Happy Scale in 2015, I was right at the mid-range, like 155 point something. So I'm gonna guesstimate here for the sake, I know I never got to the high end of my range during that time because I would have totally freaked out. I had a meltdown. But I'm gonna say that those second 2 years, I was in the middle, okay? So what I did is I based on memory, I did my very best. If I ever find that documentation, I will actually do that. I will include it, but I wanna give you, and pardon me as I pull my other sheet. So based now on 10 years, if I assume the first 2, which I know I didn't pay, so I was at the low end, and the second 2, I was in the middle. That's 24 months, 24 months. Now we're up to 124 months, which works out to be 10.3 years, or 10 years and a quarter of a year. Isn't this exciting? I mean, I love this stuff. So if we were now to put that data in, here's the percentages. Isn't this exciting? So over the full 10.3 years of maintenance, my high percentage goes down to 38%. My low goes to 27%, and my medium is at 23%. And then my 18 months of being out of my range for that entire 10 years is 14%. Okay, so let's look at those percentages again. 38, 27, 23. What does that kind of tell us, right? I tend to gravitate towards the high end of my range. Obviously, it's 38%. But then you got 27, 23%. If we're looking at a pizza pie, okay, and we're breaking down this 10-year mark, the high slice would be a little bit bigger, but your medium and low would be pretty comparable, and it would almost look like that perfect, 3 big slices cut out. The reason this is important to talk about, I'm going to go much more into depth in the next video, is we get super worried and panicked about, I got this range. I should be at the specific number in this range. And there was a point in my journey where I was that, obsessively focused on it. But as I reflect on 10 years of data, I can see I was doing myself no favors because I literally have spent almost equal time at all three ranges, right? But in my mind, it gives my lower brain a lot to chat about when I falsely believe I should be at the low end or I should be at the middle range. And what I'm going to do with this data, because again, when we talk about maintenance, right, we see other people, they show their before and after pictures. We maybe know people have kept weight off, but we don't know what it looks like as far as the scale weigh-ins. We don't know what it looks like as far as maintaining a range of weight. We just know that they've generally kept the weight off, and people get really busy up in their heads about where they think they should be at any given time. But as I reflect on a 10-year set of data, that's a lot of data, people. When we look at 10 years of data, we can see that there's almost nothing that we need to get all bent out of shape about. You're going to ping pong back and forth in there, and you may even go up a little over your range at times. But never in here, I just want to point this out, never in here was I over 300 pounds again. Never. So even if I was a little out of my range for a while, and then I leaned into the Half Size Me community, and I've been doing weekly check-ins ever since then, I've been in a really good place compared to where I started, right? So just want to share all that with you. Again, 10 years of data, 10.3. And for me, the high range, which would have been 157 to 160, was 38% of the time. The low was 27% of the time, and the medium 23%. And again, that is with, in all fairness, a guesstimation on those first 4 years. But based on memory and knowing where I was mentally, I can pretty much say I wasn't exceeding the middle range of my data at that time, which is probably true of almost everybody, right? Like if I were to look at a long-term maintainer, somebody who's been keeping it off 10, 20 years, if we were to say when were they probably the most regimented with their weight and maybe the most anal retentive about staying at a certain number, it's probably at the beginning, which is another great question I get asked all the time. Like, what about when I lose my focus? What about when real life kind of gets in the way? that's to be expected. Like the first few years, of course, you're scared, you're concerned, you're worried. And so thus you are much more rigid with what you're doing. But long term, that's not sustainable for most people. I had deaths in families in that 10 years, sickness, COVID. My kid was in the hospital. We had, of course, children, homeschooling, running a business. Like this is like 10 years of life, right? And through it all, I did a pretty darn good job maintaining. And that's kind of how you want to change your mindset. It's not the number you have to keep, one specific number. It's not that you have to be perfect. It's that you want to be consistent. It's that you have to allow for life, because that's going to happen. So I am so excited about this. And like I said, if I ever do find that actual 4 years, I feel like my guesstimation, because I love science and math as much as I do, I feel my guesstimation is fair. But it would always be nice to have the actual data. So anyway, I'm going to wrap here, guys. This is so exciting. And then watch for part 2, how to think about maintenance differently. I don't know if that's what I'm going to call it, but this will be part 1 and that'll be part 2. I will talk to you guys soon. Please like and subscribe.